Hey,
Hey.
welcome to what are we? The Completely Inappropriate Podcast. If anybody asks, yes, this is us. You found us. So then we don't have to repeat where you can find us, even though we should already know, but this is for those first timers.
Oh my God, Frank. Draw it out longer. This is a Completely Inappropriate Podcast, everybody. I am Tony, along with Mr.
Frank.
And you can find us at completelyinappropriatepodcast@gmail.com for any comments, questions, concerns, or motivating ideas you want to throw our way. Remember to find us on YouTube, BitChute, wherever you find us, you found us. Instagram is CI Podcast on Instagram, completely inap with 1P on Twitter. And that's pretty much fucking it. So you found us. Good job. Good for you. Good for you.
And somebody did suggest to us a guest on Instagram lately.
Oh yeah, somebody recommended that we have David Weiss on the podcast because they heard about our Flat Earth podcast, not realizing that Flat Earth episode was with David Weiss himself.
Yeah.
Turns out those Flat Earthers are real angry fucking people.
Well,
I was this close to fucking flipping my mind on that. Like, you know what? Maybe I'll just call myself a Flat Earther and I'll learn to believe in it. But then I realized what dicks those fucking people are. I was like, you know what? If this is your representation, I'll stay away from you like I stay away from the Catholic fucking Church.
Yeah, it's the whole thing with...
Like, you can't argue to people that the round earth beliefs are a belief structure and a religion in itself and indoctrination, when all you're doing is not presenting any facts. You're just arguing how stupid the round earth theory is. It's like, okay, you have explanations for your flat earth. Good for you. There are explanations for round earth. Good for them. You choose to think that their explanations are stupider than yours. Good for you. Guess what? They choose to believe your explanations are stupider than theirs. Like, you're just fucking the snake eating its own fucking tail. You're both idiots fucking arguing into the void of no one gives a shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, fuck you. We're not getting into flat earth or round earth ever fucking again because you guys are just too fucking angry.
You ruined it for the rest of us.
You ruined it for anybody who might give a shit. Your shitty ass attitudes. Oh, and then they're going to come out, we don't need you. It's like, okay, fine. Then shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. For those of you who thought we were dying to have a David Weiss on, he came to us and asked us to be on our shitty little rinky-dink podcast. Mm-hmm. And then people were like, oh, I'm not going to bother listening to this. You guys are just fucking fearmongers or fucking round earth apologists, trash. And I was like, dude, we didn't even ask for this fucking conversation. I came on this episode thinking I was going to fucking play nice and be like, no, we love David. And you know what? I like David. I thought he was a nice guy. Nice enough anyway, until you disagreed with him. Mm-hmm. But that's anybody, so I don't fault him for that. He had his presentation to give. We heard him out. I gave him alternate fucking round earth theories, so allow him an opportunity to knock them down one at a time. The flat earth believers will say he knocked them out one at a time, which is exactly what he wanted from the fucking conversation. What any flat earther would want from the conversation. Be presented with the fucking theories against it and knock them down one at a time. That should have been a boon for their fucking whole fucking pledge. But instead they fucking attack me for asking the fucking questions. Like, suck my round nuts.
Round, wrinkly nuts. Yeah, that's why conversations don't get anywhere. Because people want to be like...
They'd rather be argumentative than conversational and fucking go back and forth.
I get being passionate about your subject.
But don't be a dick.
Yeah,
like,
there's a difference.
Jesus Christ, man. But that being said, thanks, David, for coming on. If you ever want to come on again, please don't. So, just not because of him. Again, I liked David himself, but the baggage of his fucking followers, come on. You might as well be arguing with a fucking Catholic priest or a fucking Presbyterian minister. Like, if you want to have conversations with these people, oftentimes you have to acquiesce to their ideology, to their frame of mind, the way they think. But the second you go against them, they bite your fucking head off and say you're just believing in the devil or fucking an antichrist apologist or like all these people with fucking Trump and Biden, like, oh my God, Biden is antichrist. Well, Obama was antichrist, Bush was antichrist, fucking Clinton was antichrist, Trump was antichrist, and so that's not how the antichrist works, people. Biblically, there's supposed to be 3 of them. You can't have said that we've had 5 of them in the last fucking 5 elections. Mm-hmm. Help me out here, Frank.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep,
I'm salty. I'm sorry. I'm a little salty with all of this bullshit people want to keep spewing at each other.
if you keep saying the president is the Antichrist, eventually you're gonna get it right.
This is my argument. No, not necessarily, because what does it say? We won't know who it is until it's too fucking late, right? Nobody's gonna fucking have a clue who it is before it's too late. My bet is it's Matthew McConaughey, because everybody loves that son of a bitch.
Right.
I think, except for his Lincoln commercials.
Yeah.
Those are pretty bad, but he got paid a shitload of money for them.
Yeah, and his Lincoln Lawyer movie.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Life is gone to shit, man. This whole bullshit we touched on it before. We've skipped over it the last couple episodes, but the fucking the coup. What would you call it? We talked about it during our politics and Star Wars episode recently about the whole rushing of the fucking White House.
I would call it
insurrection.
A mostly peaceful protest, because following CNN's logic, there were riots out in the streets, buildings were burning, fucking businesses were being trashed, and they were saying cars were being flipped, and they were saying, they were saying that, but were cars actually that day in Washington? No, not in Washington. No, when
for the BLM
protests.
Well, yeah, that was a problem, because we weren't looking at Black Lives Matter protesters. We were looking at actual fucking just looters and rioters.
Yeah. So
that were there in the guise of these BLM protests. But these BLM protests didn't immediately jump into that shit. It was after days and months of it going on, then we started to see the riots. We didn't see the riots right away. It took a good few days at least. This fucking Washington shit was all a one-day thing. So everybody was still rattled and not sure what step to take. They didn't even know whether they were going to bring the National Guard in, which Trump said he did, but apparently he didn't.
No, because the National Guard said no the first time, and then the second time
they're like, fuck okay. No.
They're like, yeah, okay, we'll show up.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's too much, man.
Yeah.
Way too much bullshit going on.
Mm-hmm.
Way too much.
So then this whole behavior of other citizens, you'll never guess what they're blaming it on.
What?
They're blaming it
on... Wait, which citizens, though?
What do you mean other citizens that rioted at the Capitol. The insurrection...
Was it too much mead? Because that one dude with the Viking helmet... I just assumed they just had too much meat out there.
No.
Who is that guy again? He's a friend of a pod.
He's apparently some QAnon...
What does he go by? It's not Baked Alaska, right? It's something else?
No, he goes by... God damn it, I forgot. But... No, he's been photographed with several people,
Yeah, he's always got that outfit on. He's like the de facto QAnon fucking spirit animal.
Yeah, he had the sign, QAnon sent me here, and QAnon was like, fuck no, we didn't.
Do you see these posts now? Is QAnon still a thing? Or didn't they post something recently that it was all a joke now that it's over? Maybe that was just a meme.
Probably. I don't know, because the whole Yeah, it was. QAnon were the ones that started the whole Pizzagate thing. And what happened? And then my mind goes blank. But no, yeah, they were started the whole Pizzagate thing, and some people think it's real, some people believe it's not. But somebody actually went into the pizza place and was like, "Hey, release your fucking people that you have in your basement." And they're like, "What people we have on our basement? What have anybody in our basement?" "Yes, you do. Release them."
Yeah, and then it turns out there wasn't even actually a basement there. But who's to say they didn't just fill in a wall,
Yeah, probably.
And you can have a wall built in the back of a fucking shop overnight if you pay the right fucking people to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't even be up to code if it's sponsored by the fucking pedo fucking hierarchy of the world, I guess. I don't know, man. There's no doubt in my mind that these fucking organizations exist, but to that level... It's hard to believe that it would be at that level. Yeah. And that people wouldn't be a hell of a lot more cautious than to make such a fucking shitty ass type of code.
Yeah. Fucking...
I don't know though. What do you think, man?
I think trolls will be trolls, but
trolls be trolling. Trolls be trolling.
But no, I've never agreed with this whole, or I've never aligned with QAnon. Like, some of the things that they say come completely out of fucking left field.
Well, wasn't it all kind of inspired by Alex Jones' ramblings too? Because, not like...
Yeah, the whole Pizzagate thing, yeah.
Yeah, because we get like 75% accuracy from fucking this guy.
Yeah.
And then people think that the most extreme versions of it are going to be true as well, and they don't always pan out.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they do. I'm not saying I know one way or the fucking other. I'm just curious how the fuck this all keeps developing. And if it is true, how do we not have more fucking information on it? Because you would imagine that, you know, QAnon is inspiring a bunch of people, especially in the tech industry. I mean, we already know we have hyper intelligent fucking people working the computers nowadays. And we've got fucking sleuths that are able to find fucking Luca Magnotta halfway across the fucking world, killing cats and his fucking gay Filipino lover, or whoever the hell that guy was. With respect to that guy, if anything, he should be fucking more remembered than Luca Magnotta or the fucking kittens. Yeah. But nobody knows his name. I don't know his name, do you?
I don't even know this fucking Luca Oblongata.
Muka Linguata. He was from Don't Fuck With Cats on Netflix.
Huh.
You didn't watch that one?
Nope.
Well, you know, this is the problem. Like, we can find... And the Golden Gate Killer, you know, that was solved by Patton Oswalt's wife before she died of cancer. She was obsessed with this Golden State Killer fucking guy and ended up finding out everything about him. I think he ended up being a police officer or something. Or maybe that was the Night Stalker. No, the Night Stalker was Richard Ramirez, right? Like, so all these... We're finding out all these fucking 60, 50-year-old fucking murder mysteries. Now we're figuring out who killed these people fucking decades later. And who these serial killers are decades later. But we can't find out what the fuck is going on right now. You're telling me with all the security footage on every fucking corner, all the fucking drones available flying around everywhere, we can't figure out where these fucking people are going? These kids are disappearing to?
Yeah, that's the fucking question. Like, where the fuck are they? What the fuck is going on is a big fucking question. You know, we should be able to fucking pinpoint fucking where all these things are happening, but nope, that's the whole suspicion thing where, you know, something, this was...
Holy shit! In the United States, according to NAM US, capital N, lowercase a-m, capital U-S, don't know what that means, national something of something, fuck if I know. Over 600,000 people go missing each year in the United States, ranging from young children to older individuals. How the fuck do over 500,000 people disappear every year from the United States?
Yeah.
Just gone. Just disappeared.
Yep.
Now you gotta figure at least a good portion of that is just leaving the United States, right? Whether they've got like charges they're escaping or they just fucking get fed up with the United States politics. There's going to be a certain number of that's just fucking missing because they don't want to be found. But how many of these people are being murdered? How many of these people are being sex trafficked? How many of these people are fucking locked up in their basement with fucking their uncle fucking coming down to diddle their doohickeys, you know? Like,
wasn't that a thing a few years ago? I think like 3 years ago. Somebody escaped from somebody's basement and they were like, oh, you need to help me. I've been trapped in this fucking place for
and
like
then
decades.
And then they made that show Kim Possible.
Uh-huh.
Not Kim Possible. That's a cartoon on Disney.
Yeah.
The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh.
Where her and two other women are taken down underground by, what's that dude's name from Mad Men? The real pretty guy.
The real pretty guy. Oh.
John Hamm or Josh Hamm?
No, John Hamm.
John Hamm. So yeah, John Hamm plays this preacher that says the end of the world is coming and takes these three women underground and from the age of 12 till like they're in their 20s or something. And they find out that he was full of shit and they escape somehow. And they're known as the Mole Women. And Kimmy Schmidt, one of the girls, comes out and they show her living her life. This is a comedy. This is like an unapologetic, over-the-top comedy. But it's based on real fucking shit, which is terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, legit terrifying. Like, woman escapes from... What was it? From basement?
Somebody's basement.
Cleveland woman escapes kidnapper's home, May 6th. Woman held captive for 8 years explains how she got away. Ariel Castro kidnaps 3 teen girls in Cleveland, holds them. Women kidnapped, held captive for decades speak out. This shit happens all the goddamn time. Well, that wasn't all in Cleveland, but yes, that's the idea here. Yeah, I don't want to. I guess we can't get away with playing the audio for any of this stuff.
Yeah, but what happened? Yeah, what the fuck's going on in Cleveland? Fucking girls are disappearing and shit. But
I've been kidnapped and missing for 10 years. I'm here. I'm here now. She disappeared in 2003 and was gone until 2013. This is the Cleveland situation. So we can't. I mean, obviously this shit happens, but does it happen on a mass organization scale, or is it just these outliers of psychotics, of people that are just mentally broken and decide that they have the right to kidnap people and hold them for their own fucking keeping?
well, how does one man pull this off? Because it was just one guy.
No, it's very rarely just one guy.
Huh.
Usually they've developed a relationship with their spouse or a girlfriend at this time. It's almost always the case where they are not just the guy. The guy usually has a wife that is just so subservient and believes that nothing they do is worth being alone, or losing their husband or losing their family. In some cases, they have kids of their own and they still kidnap these girls and hide them in their basement, and the wife will help fucking feed them when the husband goes off to work and shit. Like, it's fucking crazy. Like, these stories are everywhere, and it's so sadistic. You hear it on the serial killer podcasts, on unexplained podcasts, all of these fucking true crime stories that are going on every fucking year.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all so fascinated by it. We all really love to watch the fucking documentaries and watch the videos on YouTube. We love to hear their testimonies and their recounts of everything that happened to them. But nobody is going out there and saying we need justice for these people. Nobody's going out there and saying let's find these organizations or find these people that are doing this and figure out, is it just this one guy that did it, or did he have a network of people he communicated with that knew about it? You know, like, you never know how deep these things can go, because if you can spread it to your wife, or you can spread it to another individual. There was another killer who was a real rich guy. He made all his money in stock market. Mm-hmm. And so he had nice cars. He had a really expensive camera setup, and he would go and pretend to be a model, a photographer searching for models. Mm-hmm. He'd go to malls and pick up 16, 17-year-old girls, convince them that they just needed to come and sign some paperwork that he had in his car, throw them in the car, this very nice car he had, and fucking take off, rape them, and murder them. Like, this shit happens everywhere, all the goddamn time. You know, my little sister one day was at a gas station fucking pumping gas with my grandma in the car in the back seat, and some guy just jumped in the car. As she got in the car, some guy jumped in the passenger seat and just said, hey, what's up? And just started chatting her up, like acting like it was some fucking form of pickup line or something, to just hop into some stranger's fucking car and act like you belong there. She immediately grabbed her fucking pistol from the car, pointed it at his fucking crotch or his head or wherever the fuck she pointed it, told him, get the fuck out of my car. And he left. Okay. Opened the door, got the fuck out, and she drove away, terrified. For the fucking rest of her life, she's got to live with that. Mm-hmm. So this shit happens every fucking day. Most often than not to somebody you know that you never heard the fucking story from yet.
Yeah.
I didn't know that story until years after it happened to her.
Yeah, usually, you know, when they're like, they have it in the back of their mind and they keep replaying, and they're like, maybe if I just tell someone.
No, I heard it from my parents.
Oh.
She didn't tell me.
Well, yeah, she told
but yeah,
parents.
I mean, shit, I don't know if I'm speaking that out of turn, but you know what? Fuck that. That shit shows what a fucking badass my little fucking sister is, to have that fucking clarity of mind and quickness of thought to fucking take that action immediately and not hesitate. I don't know if she got so far as to fucking cock the hammer back or fucking chamber a fucking round or anything, but I sure as hell know it fucking worked. Just pointing it at the fucking guy. So fuck you people for saying that we need more gun control. Now, you know what? Fine. Let's do more gun control. Give every fucking woman in America a gun.
Yeah.
And give every man in America a fucking 6-inch Bowie knife.
Oh, well, I was going to go with rape whistle, fair. But yeah.
Oh, give men rape whistles? No, men can have knives.
Okay.
I don't think we need guns, though. I think our wives can handle the guns better than we can. Mm-hmm. They're a lot calmer with the trigger.
Okay.
My wife can shoot a pistol better than I can. That's for fucking sure.
Well, apparently I can't shoot for shit. I was a pizza box in the military. Pizza box. That's
Yeah, remind the people what a pizza box is. I remember.
Yeah, it's a metal, right? That it's shaped like a square and it's got a target in the middle, so it looks like an opened up pizza box. And what happened? Yeah, that's the third rank medal. That I think it's called marksman, and the second one is okay, I got it right. The second one is sharpshooter, which is like a cross from somewhere, but it's a cross. Right, and then the top one is expert. Maybe expert is a cross. I don't know, but anyways.
This is exactly why you stayed a low-ranking member of the armed services, sir. Well, on a different subject, found I was looking at, so I was just like doing random Google searches, and apparently back in June I'm sure some people already know this, but if there are listeners, they probably don't because we're not sports guys. They don't come to us for sports
We
news.
tried one sports episode.
Did we?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember
it got
that.
the lowest fucking ratings. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
it makes
damn.
sense when we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Who the fuck likes sports? But this is actually pretty fucking funny, man. So apparently the Australian rugby team, back in June of 2020, last year, back when I had COVID, they were in some fucking hot water on Fox, because Sunday Night with Matty Jones on Fox was covering the Australian National Rugby League. And apparently in the stands, you know how because of COVID they had been putting posters of humans, you know, like human-sized posters of humans. I don't know how to explain this.
Cardboard cutouts.
Cutouts of people in the stands so that it looked like they were filled up with people.
Yeah.
Apparently, some people thought it would be fucking hilarious, and I happen to agree, to have pictures of fucking Hitler up there. So they had Hitler just hanging out in the stands. A black and white picture of Hitler, too. They didn't even colorize it, which is like, I don't know why, it's so much more funny. But they got in some hot water for that. And apparently they had like some British serial killer in the stands, too. I was like, well, shit, why wouldn't you start putting like Goku and Pokemon and fucking...
Yeah.
Grogu and shit.
Who was
there,
it?
man.
I think it was the Denver Broncos that did a whole section of South Park.
Shut up!
Yeah!
That's great! Yeah, Denver. See, that's clever shit, man. Why would you just put fucking regular bodies up there? I'd be putting like game... What they should be doing is do like huge advertising budgets for like Netflix and shit. And you like the... What's a new series that's come out on Netflix lately that you've been into?
I haven't been into any, but I hear... What is it? Bridgerton, I think everyone
Bridgerton?
on Twitter. Yeah, everyone on Twitter.
It sounds like a Crown kind of thing.
That's what it sounds like, but with so many girls being into it, I'm like,
yeah, and then you got like derby girls, and so why not get fucking TV shows and movies to advertise in your stands, and you get fucking giant cutouts of like let's say Game of Thrones in there, have a giant fucking dragon right behind the fucking field goal line, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
fucking goalposts and shit. Right behind the soccer fucking net and behind the basketball court, blah blah blah. I know sports. That was my attempt at running through all the sports I know. Yeah, I think that's the way to go, man. They need to make their money back from what they're not getting in the stands. That's the way to do it. Fill the stands up with fucking giant advertising, but make them fun. Make them interactive. Fucking like the dragon is fucking flapping its wings behind the goalpost, and every time they fucking score a touchdown, you have fire breathe out of its fucking mouth. Game of Thrones this season coming to you on HBO and Fox or whatever. On the 8th.
Baseball. They tried a different route advertising back when the first Spider-Man movie was coming out. So back in 2000, where they put miniature billboards, I guess you can call them, but they put advertisements on the side of the bases.
Oh, they did? On the bases itself?
Yeah.
Like the actual base. This 1 inch wide.
Yeah.
1 inch by... How big are they? Like
however fucking big it is. Like, yeah.
Hey, let us know if you happen to know the dimensions of a fucking baseball diamond and the baseball...
Bases.
The bases. Let us know. I'm interested.
Yeah, and I was thinking, I'm like, who the fuck is going to be able to see that shit? Well, the idea behind it was
when they slide in the plate.
Yeah, when they do a replay of them sliding onto the home plate.
That's not bad. Yeah. It's not a bad idea. They've got to be cheap advertising.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's on a national stage, so...
So make all sports events commercial put fucking ads on ads.
All right,
Because
so
they already got billboards.
Now I gotta
I
ask
want to
you-
put ads on the fucking stats.
all right. Well, we're enough into this episode where I think we can start wrapping up with our final conversation. I want to know, how is your weight loss journey going? 'Cause when was the last time we checked in with you? You had lost
I had lost
9 pounds.
26 pounds.
You had not lost 26
The
pounds.
last time. Before that, I had lost 9 pounds, and I was like,
And by the end, you hit 26
Yeah, and I kept
pounds
telling
down?
you, I'm like, hey, everything else is extra, but I have this feeling that I'm going to gain weight. And you're like, well, what changed? I'm like, nothing's changed.
Something changed.
Well, no, because I went from 9 pounds to fucking 26 when the goal was 10 to...
Okay, so you got 26 pounds under. Now where are you at?
Yeah, now I'm back up 10 pounds.
So net loss of 10 pounds.
Yeah, because
16,
because
whatever.
the whole holidays, you're like, no, you're going to gain a lot of weight. Fucking, and I'm like, no, I'm fine. Yeah, I was fine. You know, because I
Well, at least
still
you're
kept-
still down.
Yeah.
But are you doing anything to continue that journey, or have you given up on it? What is this new goal of yours?
Picked up fucking eating every 2 hours, and I've been doing some fucking yard work.
So you're trying to eat every 2 hours to keep your metabolism going at a steady pace.
Yeah, and then I got the treadmill, but
Have you thought of intermittent fasting at all? Or it's just
I
too
used to do
unattainable,
that.
or too
and-
uncomfortable?
No, I used to do that, and then I got the news from my doctor at the VA that apparently I was borderline diabetic, and she was talking about how I could fucking die in my sleep, and I'm like, shit.
Based on what?
I forgot what it was, but
Low blood
she was
sugar,
like-
not enough. What?
yeah, it was probably the blood sugar, but yeah. And I'm like, oh shit, then I probably shouldn't do fucking intermittent fasting. Like, I'm not healthy enough.
Did you
to
ask
do
her
that.
about intermittent fasting, or
Yeah.
did you just kind of assume that that's where that conversation would have gone?
No, yeah, I did. And she's like, yeah, no, don't do that.
Okay. Did you ask her about any methods for that, healthy methods for you to lose weight?
Oh, this was about fucking 3-4 years ago. So
3-4 years ago. This isn't even in relation to what we're talking about then.
right, but you asked intermittent fasting. I'm like, yeah.
How much did you weigh 3-4 years ago compared to now?
280, 290,
And now you're at?
275.
So you're in arguably better shape. Maybe it's a better time for you to do it.
Yeah, maybe. But
Especially if you're eating healthier and not going straight towards the sweets that would keep you in, diabetic shock and shit.
yeah, no sugar. Like fucking. The only time I ever have sugar is when I do the fucking morning shoots with you.
Oh, when I make you have a
You don't
scoop
make
of
me.
shit. I
but
do.
you fucking, you're like, hey, yeah, sugar, and I'm like, I
Sugar
guess.
in it. Just so people know, I give them 1 cup of coffee with a scoop of sugar in it because it just tastes better, arguably.
Yeah.
But we'll switch to honey. I actually prefer blue agave. I started drinking this mud water stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 1/7 of the caffeine of coffee. It's got turmeric, reishi mushrooms, cordyceps, lion's mane, and chaga mushrooms in it.
Mm-hmm.
I said turmeric. What else? Cinnamon and
Nutmeg.
cocoa.
Oh,
No, nutmeg actually.
okay.
So a bunch of really good stuff for you, good stuff for your digestion, brain health. I felt a lot clearer in my conversation. I feel like I'm a little bit quicker with my words. I don't stumble on them so much. However, it is expensive as fuck compared to a regular cup of coffee.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're trying, no one ever said healthy was cheap. It should be, but that's not the way the United States has set itself up. That's
Nope.
why our lowest income brackets here in the United States are often our most obese.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's $6 for a salad and like $5 for a burger.
$1.99 for a burger. You can
Yeah,
get
just the burger,
Go
yeah.
to the dollar menu, motherfucker.
But the fucking
It's
burger
still
with the
cheaper for a
combo,
burger than a salad.
Yeah, it's like $5 and it's $7 for a fucking salad.
Who the fuck charges an extra $1.50 for a bag of like half an apple? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is what they charge your kids if you want to add a healthy option to their meal.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so yeah, I added a whip on my back because
whip on your back?
Whip
A whip?
on my back.
Okay, Stewie.
So
What does that mean?
yeah, no, because I don't think
I mean, if you
I
want to
don't
let
think-
me whip
I
you,
don't think
we'll have a good
most-
time.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh, I
No,
just did, boy.
I think
Whip
I
that
don't
shirt
think I
off.
don't think most of our listeners will fucking remember Roy, but he was one of our guests.
Roy, he was a military buddy. No, he looked like he was in the military. He was one of our white buddies with a long, beautiful beard.
Yeah.
I think we got a picture going all three of us back to back, so we basically just took a selfie.
I think I still have it.
Because there was nobody else in the pictures. It was just us smiling at our own phones and the other two guys back of our heads.
Yeah, so his brother was going through a weight loss journey, right? And he still is. He wants to go back to his high school weight.
Roy, come back on the podcast. You are an interesting guy. I'd love to talk to you again.
Which is 220 pounds.
His brother was 220?
His brother was 220 in high school. And so,
in high school? Yeah, that's a big boy in high school.
Yeah.
And then?
So, he played football. I think he was...
So what's he at now?
Well, so right now he's at 285, last I checked.
So not too bad.
Right,
and you're at what?
275.
275?
So I told him, like, hey, hit me up when you're at 275 and we'll race. We'll race to 220.
Well, now you're just giving yourself an excuse to wait longer. You should start already and just see, hey, starting now, let's just see how much weight we can lose. Don't race to a certain number. Just race to see how much you could lose.
Yeah, but I want to keep it even. You know, like, okay, we're both at
That's just an arbitrary excuse for you to fucking wait on somebody else. That's a little too codependent, man.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I haven't heard shit from him in the past week and a half.
Great. So you've been waiting a week and a half for nothing?
No, I told you I've been intermittent fasting. I've been fucking eating 2 hours a day and fucking...
And what do these meals consist of again? I know we've touched on it before, but let's remind the audience. What is your method of eating here?
You are not going to believe me.
Sure I do.
But, back, what was it, 2 years ago, I think? Why is it always 3 years with me? I Googled fucking foods that make you, foods that help you burn stubborn belly fat.
Right, you kept saying like hot, spicy stuff for the...
No, that's to speed up the metabolism.
Right.
No, to burn stubborn belly fat, it's the top one is black beans, Brussels sprouts, and kidney beans and
celery,
sweet potatoes. So then,
do you like sweet potatoes?
Not anymore.
I've never been a fan of sweet potatoes, but they've always had a weird, funky taste to them.
So then,
especially sweet potato fries.
I went about a month or two. I want to say 2 months. Eating nothing but that, and I dropped about 40 fucking pounds. That's 40? All I did.
That's not bad.
That's all I did. I just ate that.
Sure.
I didn't
naturally, yeah.
I didn't exercise. I slept a shit ton, but yeah, so I didn't exercise. I just ate that. So what I'm doing now is I'm going back to that plus being active.
Which is your yard work stuff.
Yeah, yard work and the treadmill.
Would you have any interest in joining me for yoga, Frank? I'm starting classes. I have a location now. We just spoke with the venue where I'm having my vow renewal ceremony in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Turns out the woman who runs that place and her daughter were very interested in yoga. Mm-hmm. So they decided to offer me the back area, the outdoors area. Mm-hmm. And now I'm going to be running a Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday class out of there.
Cool.
Yeah, hopefully it builds up. I've got 5 or 6 people interested in it right now, and hopefully it builds up. And I've got myself a little business, son.
Yeah. So
I'm looking at quitting the boot business.
I think I already spoiled it, so I'm gonna bring it up.
Spoil it. Go ahead.
That I was considering
sour that milk.
A 30-day yoga challenge.
Oh, I happen to have one. I happen to have one that was just gifted to me through my vinyasa practice on my account.
Right.
So we can do that together. I'll snapshot the weekly things and we'll work together doing that.
Right, but I'm already doing the race. So I'm like, after the race, then I'll do the 30.
Well, you need yoga is more a facilitator for the race. I mean, you just use it as supplementary. If you don't want to do, I mean, we can always adjust it to be a little bit less or a little bit more depending on what your day's like. But if you need an excuse to wait longer, Frank, fine. We'll wait until this bullshit thing that hasn't even started yet starts, and then you go through it, and then you relapse and go through it again. Come on.
The guy was telling me, he's like...
Quit fucking leaving it up to the guy.
I'm not leaving it up to the guy.
Yes, you are.
No, because
why did you start last week? Because you're waiting for him, right?
No, I started last week.
Did you, though?
Yes, I did.
Did you, though?
Yes, I did.
But did you, though?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much did you weigh last week?
I don't know. I weighed myself 2 weeks before that. So
how much did you weigh then?
275.
275.
Yeah.
How much do you weigh now?
I don't know. I haven't weighed myself.
Hold on, stand on my hand, I'll tell you.
What? Stan?
I'm just fucking...
What?
Jesus Christ, I'm not a human scale. Alright, man, well, this has been fucking hardly interesting, but it at least kept going. Anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this bullshit fucking episode up?
I don't know.
Maybe you should try.
Thanks,
Frank. This has been the Completely Inappropriate Podcast, everybody. I've been Tony along with Mr.
Frank.
Remember, you can find us at completelyinappropriatepodcast@gmail.com with any comments, questions, concerns. Leave us a 5-star review and a lot of love in your comments. Because we love you, we wouldn't lie to you. So don't lie to us. Just tell us the truth. Tell us how you feel. Tell us what you love. Tell us what you hate. Unless it has something to do with what shape the fucking earth is. You can lick my chode. Mm-hmm. All right, much love to you people. Remember to try to be better than you were yesterday. And what's the other shit we say?
Be excellent to each other.
Yeah, and the other one?
Find your happy.
Find your motherfucking happy, people.
Yeah.
Auf Wiedersehen.
How long has it been?
It feels like a while, hasn't it? Yeah, we only did one episode. Anyway, this episode's over. Say goodbye. He comes from his mama and he likes pie. Say good. Bye, Frank.